This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and while supplies last, if you mention Saffron Olive in your order notes, we'll hook you up with a free Saffron Olive sticker with any Card Kingdom order.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Single Scoop. This week we're trying an Izzet Control deck that's based off of my Control Senpai, Guillaume Wafotapa. I enjoy seeing what lists he plays and seeing what he can do. So this week we're trying something that, I slightly tweaked it so that it's a best of one friendly version, because in best of one we do have a ton of things like Cavalcade Red running around, so we do want some sweepers in the main, a little bit more removal here and there, like in hard removal like Beacon Bolt and stuff like that. But overall the deck is pretty straightforward. It's actually more counter burn. So what we do is we have the three creatures here that are kind of like the core of the deck, right? We have Brineborn Cutthroat, which is huge. Whenever it comes in, like, it has flash. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. So we're mostly going to be interacting on our opponent's turn, and it's going to be nice because this card will help us get some chip damage in, and eventually at some point when our opponent's low enough to where they're about like 10 or less health, usually we have some burn spells to close it out. We're just holding up counter spells and burning them down, and I love that type of play style, especially for those that like Delver decks and things like that. And of course we have Brazen Borrower, so we continue to dunk them on the tempo plan, right? We bounce something that they play, that they sink their whole turn into playing. We bounce it back with Petty Theft, and then we also get to play Brazen Borrower as a flash 3/1, which is very good just on its own. The evasion and the ability to have flash, it's very solid. So I'm a huge fan of Brazen Borrower, and it definitely feels like a powerhouse and warrants the full 4. And then, of course, we have Gadwick the Wizened, or Wizened. Gadwick makes it so that whenever it enters the battlefield, you draw X cards, and it makes it so whenever you cast a blue spell, tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. So this means that we can also super tempo them out with all of our flash spells, things like Opt. Our counter spells can tap things down. Just really move all of our opponent's blockers out of the way and then just go straight for the face. So without holding up any longer, let's see how we do in the queues. All right, we're gonna keep this hand. It seems like we've got like enough sweepers. We have enough interaction. We kind of just want to find some counter magic now to kind of just slow down the game. Oh no, not this. All right, is it Goose time? If they go turn 1 Goose, that's a problem. All right, so that at least lets us know that it's not a turn 1 Goose. I still need to find some actual interaction or something to hit the opponent with. So I'm going to just go ahead and move the Castle Vantress to the bottom. Doesn't seem that beneficial right now. Now let's find out what they're playing next turn. Like, they could be leading this into like something like a Paradise Druid. I'm going to go ahead and play Island just in event that there is an Oko, and go and counter it. This is great news, actually. Yeah, I'll keep the Fabled Passage on top. Sure, why not? Get to land number 5 safely, so then we can start getting to where we do 2 spells in 1 turn quite easily. Yeah, kind of have to counter that, right? Or I guess I don't. I could have bounced that. I could have just bounced that, actually, now that I think about it. Sure, that's fine.
Revel with your king, wild and sovereign and free. Surely you must be famished.
Alright, let's see how we go about this here. So we play this. I'll send the elemental back to their hand.
Fear your truth.
I don't mind them playing their food token here. If they make their food token into a 3/3, that's cool. Because remember, we can always just bounce the food token. Bounce the food token, get in there, and then play a Brazen Borrower. I mean, they're probably trying to play Nissa, right? Like, I think they have a Nissa. Looks like they just Sultai food. Alright. Yep, you got it. So this becomes an elk.
Oh, Oh dear.
Cool. Go ahead and try to swing in here. And then next turn, we should be able to go double Brazen Borrower on the opponent. Sure. They've created a food token. Nissa, yeah, you got it. I will probably kill Nissa here, to be completely honest.
Harness the elements.
Sure, that's fine. They must have another... They have a removal spell. That's why they're doing this. They, without a doubt in my mind, have a removal spell. That's fine, actually. Let's let them do their thing here. We're going to just try to kill Nissa.
I am in need of rest.
So this upcoming turn, they can go ahead and turn this into a 3/3. That's fine. Hopefully they tap out again. I mean, we could also just sweep the board, which also grows our Brineborn Cutthroat. Sure, the opponent's going to go Once Upon a Time, which at this point now is going to be pretty difficult for them. Because they're not fighting too many things here. Like, if they choose to fight, they play Voracious Hydra, they fight the Brazen Borrower, I go ahead and just go Flame Sweep once and get rid of the Hydra. Nice! And we got there. Alright. That's currently starting off the league doing alright. We're at 2-0 right now. I don't dislike that. Our run is currently at 2-0. Hopefully we don't get completely obliterated. I mean, I think that's one of the matchups we wanted to play against and see how the deck fares against, because you'll probably see a decent amount of it on the ladder, which is Sultai food or some kind of Simic food. Alright, we're going to edit all this out, actually. Edit this out up until Mulligans. Alright, so we are going to keep this hand. We are hoping that the opponent... I mean, like, that last matchup is what we wanted to play against, right? To see how our deck stacks against Sultai food or some kind of Simic food. I'm going to go ahead and pay 2 life to shock here for the Steam Vents because I've already seen that they have a white source in here. I mean, unless they're Boros. Okay. Looks like they might be just pure blue-white control. I'll take the Brineborn. Hopefully I draw a land at some point. Alright, I didn't want double Brineborn, but okay. Yeah, it looks like they're just pure blue-white. Alright, pass to the opponent. Let me think here. I'm going to go ahead and use Brineborn Cutthroat now. Let them know that I have it. Sure, they bounce this back. You got it. If they bounce this back, I get to just shock the Teferi. Yep. Alright, Brineborn back to the hand.
Only time will tell.
So we've dealt with 2 Teferis. They only have they have like about 2 more left. Play the Brineborn again. Offer them the trade, or offer them the ability to bounce this. That's what I thought.
I'll protect you.
Yeah.
I won't let you win.
Alright, let's just go ahead and pass. Opponent doesn't have a 4-mana sweeper, so that is nice. Okay, that's fine. Sure. I can always bounce that back at some point.
Trust me, I have a plan. Do you want me to phase you out of time? I really should have seen that coming.
So that's 3 Teferis down. They only have 1 more left in the deck. Teferi's the biggest concern for our matchup. Everything else is tolerable. Yup. It's fine. So now we hit him for 5. Pass back. We just constantly do nothing now until the end of their turn. They sweep the board, we counter it. Glass casket. Glass casket. Yeah, sure, that's fine. I'm not gonna fight that. Sure, that's fine. We'll give him a scry again. So this allows me to keep the damage up and try to counter them. Let me see here. So if they have Absorb, that's a problem, right? Absorb is a huge problem. Quench won't do anything. Sure. They have Mystical Dispute. Alright, we don't need any more lands from our deck, so if we can keep the lands to a minimum now, that'd be great. Because we've had them pretty much just spend a ton of their mana, tap out each turn, and no way to actually, like, close it out entirely. I mean, I did not expect them to have that many answers, but I was expecting most of it to just be board wipes, to be honest. Oh, I see what's going on here. Sure, resolves. I'll pay it. If they have mystical, if they have a quench or something, they got it. No reason to main phase this opt. Oh, it actually worked out perfectly. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep that in our hand. Let me see here. Yeah, we have it. That's lethal. Even if they have Mystical Dispute, we can pay it. GG's. And that should do it right there. Boom. Got there against the blue-white matchup. Wow. We're going to wait. Once again, we're going to edit this all out. Wait until we get to mulligans. I'll keep. This hand seems decent. Let's see if we could dig for some kind of land or something like that. We can go ahead and just Bone Crusher Giant this Pelt Collector once it comes to our turn here. We do have to be mindful that they are... If they're Groll, they probably have Collision Colossus. Kroll Harpooner. Sure. I guess, like, in this exact situation... Let me think here. I could just... kill... Okay, never mind. This is fine now. We're okay. I mean, well, it sucks that we don't... Our third land's coming into play tapped. We've been looking for a land here, so... Hopefully we find one. I probably didn't want to cast that, but... Oh, well, perfect. That works out just fine. Let's go ahead and just get a blue source here. Let's bounce this back to our opponent's hand. There we go. That's what I want to see. Pass back to the opponent. We're just go ahead and play Brazen Borrower here. So we're going to 100% counter that. Pass back to the opponent here. Hopefully they don't have Shifting Ceratops. Michael Ceratops is a problem. Questing Beast will get countered. Their hand is obviously very powerful, because if it weren't, they wouldn't have kept it. Oh boy, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I won't lie to you, YouTube. That's pretty funny. I'll just play this. I'm gonna just counter that too. I don't want to give them anything to do. I want to keep them locked down to just the few spells they do have. Let's just draw 2 cards here. I might need this for if they have shifting Ceratops. Oh, so they have Embercleave. They 100% have Embercleave. Let me think here. So this way I get to kill one of these, so I'll just double block one of them. Yep. There's the Embercleave. You got it. You got it. Let me think here. So I can go ahead and draw 2 cards with this. Sweet. Alright, so as long as I don't get blown up by anything too major here, I should be, for the most part, fine, right? Yeah, girl, Spellbreaker, you got it. Tap down there. This makes it so that I could, like, pretty much triple block. Alright, now we go ahead and just send everything in front of them. Sure. And now we should mostly be okay. Let me think here. Yeah, because we get them to spend their mana. If we can get them to spend their mana, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. We'll let them go to combat here. We'll see if I regret it or not. Alright, so they went to combat. That's good. They're probably going to play another creature here. Yeah, Bone Crusher Giant, you got it. So we're down to 1. I don't know how we ever kill the Bone Crusher Giant. Like, we have to try to block it, right? Yeah, sure. If they find another Bone Crusher Giant, we're dead. Sure. I don't want any islands here. Do I have any way to block this card? Not really, huh? No matter what I do, I die here. Yeah, no matter what I do here, I die. Seems good. Like, for some odd reason, unless they forget to attack. Drew the counterspell a little too late. Got my health a little too low. That was fun, though. That was a good game. Okay, we're going to keep this. It seems pretty decent. Better than... Oh, boy. Okay, cool. I can live with this. This is fine. Now, we do have a flame sweep here, so we can pick off a bunch of these 1/1s and stuff like that. I do, however, need to be mindful, though, that the opponent will be looking to... I'm going to remove that from my face, because I need a land. Oh, perfect. I do need to remind myself that the flame sweep protects or ignores the damage like that I have creatures that have flying, and it's only my creatures that have flying that it ignores. So I do have to be careful. My Brineborn Cutthroat will need to be bigger than 2 health. You know, how bad is that for us? It's actually not that bad. I just bounce it back. Sure. I just gotta bounce that back, and I'll be fine. Sure. I can't block, because if I block, that's gonna be bad news bears for us. Sure, I'll take the land. That seems pretty good here. What can I do about this? Yeah, they get to draw 2 cards. That is a little bit of a problem. You know what? I'll just send in the damage. Pass back to the opponent here. I can't have the opponent drawing too many cards. So I'm going to just have to individually shock this, because I don't want to give them 2 cards to draw. That feels kind of bad. Obnixilis Cruelty. That's going to eat a counterspell. So this way my stuff survives. That's gone. Alright, let's go ahead and get a land here. Island specifically. And so now we just go ahead, play this, punch in for 6, pass it back to them. I mean, they've still, like, I can take the 1. I don't mind that. They do need some kind of blockers, though. Oh, boy. That is very bad for us. Holy crap, that is bad for us.
If I were you...
Ah, Brazen Borrow. Why can't you bounce your own things? May as well. They're gonna draw a card anyways.
They were a lousy servant anyway.
Oh, that's good.
Rise and shine.
Oh, they got greedy. Oh, that's amazing.
Death news. Time to go.
I'm gonna just go ahead and play Gadwick here, draw some cards, reload my hand. Alright. Pass back to the opponent. Alright, this is their chance. They got it. They found a way. They put themselves down to 7 here. I could have put them down to 2, but then I don't think I'd ever connect again. I'm just going to attack as normal. They could choose to block or not. That's up to them. Very spicy. Alright, opponent. You got it. Pass it back to the opponent here. I think I'm going to let them just... I'm going to just let them swing in. I don't think that matters. Because I think whatever they're about to play is going to matter more. Yeah. I was right. So this is 1, 2... Let me think here. Can I kill them? I think I can, right? They go up to 8. I sweep the board. They go down to 6. Yeah, that's fine. Like, if they play another night, they're in trouble. Okay, cool. Right, so they lose 2. Then we play Brazen Borrower, and then we kill them. Whoop! There we go! Love it! Let's get it. Alright. I'm gonna keep this. We're on the play. I like this. We have Quench, we have Brineborn, we have Flame Sweep, Yes, our own Brineborn dies to the Flame Sweep, but that's if we have to use Flame Sweep, right? That's an early interaction spell, sure. I want to immediate... Okay, so it looks like we are definitely going to need to leave up mana. Sure, they're going their turn 1 Pelt Collector. Alright, looks like it's Grawl. Pass to the opponent here. Zerta Goblin. I might just let this one happen, actually. Right, like there's no reason to do anything else now. Like, we get a solid Flame Sweep out of this. At the cost of 4 health, but I feel like the removal can be spared. We can spare ourselves here and save some removal. Things that we can't remove, though, are like... Whatever, the 3/3 that has haste. Can't deal with that. Let's see if they fire off like a pump spell or something like that. Sure. So they're definitely holding on to a pump spell of sorts. Interesting. Alright. Pass it back. Yup. So, oh yeah. I know what they're doing. I know they're Ember Cleaving. I see exactly what they're doing. If they have another pump spell, we can counter that. Nice. So we only take 2 this turn. That's good for us. That's really good for us. Let's go ahead and play Bone Crusher Giant as a blocker. We burnt 2 Colossus Collision spells from them. If they swing in here, they are representing they definitely have another pump spell. And I will block, because I will force them to use it. Quench! Boom! Taste it, Ember Cleave. Get out of here. Get out of my house with that nonsense. Alright, and we got there. I will keep. We have double Brineborn. We have the Bone Crusher Giant. Little sketch for us to go ahead. We're on the draw, though, but I'm going to probably play Fabled Passage, Pool of Mountain. Alright, let's just hope that you're not on, like, Esper or something like that. Although I don't know what else you would be on, I guess. Oh, well, never mind. That answers that. Let's get a mountain. Drew an island. Perfect. I actually do want an island, so that is actually wonderful news for us. Alright, opponent. I think we're going to be just fine as long as they don't show me, like, randomly a blue source and then Teferi. That card's a problem, isn't it? Most certainly is. Most certainly is. I cannot let you draw. I am sorry, friend. Does it have Death Touch? No, it does not. No, it does not. So I will take this damage. For it does not have Death Touch. For it is not the biggest concern. It is still a concern, but not the biggest. I mean, pass? Like, as much as I would like to just go Flame Sweep, get rid of all of this stuff, I don't want to let my opponent draw a ton of cards, even if it is burning them out, I guess. Because it's kind of balanced out by the fact that Corpse Knight... Holy chickens. Let me think here. Sure. You got it, opponent. Alright, well that can't happen, so I have to go ahead and do this now. Yup, you got it. So they probably have cat combo in this too. Land or something decent on top. What do we have access to? Bone Crusher Giant? Sure. I'll just keep that, why not? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, now we're just going to pass to the opponent. Oh boy. So I'll give them their health token or whatever back that they want. They get their food token. We get rid of the Corpse Knights. They resolve their Midnight Reaper, which isn't that bad for us right now. Cool, so they draw a card. We get rid of a Midnight Reaper. Wait, why would they do that? Hold on. Very suspicious, opponent. What are you doing? What's your game plan? Well, I'll go ahead and just play another Brineborn Cutthroat. Well, darn. That's a good start. I'm going to bounce their oven back to their hand at the end of their turn. Okay, drew a land. Perfect. That's actually what I wanted here. Okay, sure, you got it, opponent. Alright, we're going to draw 2 cards, pass back to the opponent with Gadwick. This makes it so that if they want to tap out, play their Oven, play their Murderous Rider, whatever, we have stuff on board again. So we're not just hitting them with a singleton Brineborn Cutthroat. And on top of that, anytime we cast a blue spell, we tap down blockers. Yeah, Midnight Reaper. Is that the third one? Yeah, that is the third one. Alright. Holy cow. That's pretty good. Sure, let's make him tap this down right now. We have 2 spells in the yard, so no matter what, we get to pick off something. Sure, it's cool. They're out of cards, right? Oh, no, they have 1 left. So now we just play the Giant. Giant tries to get through. Is that the play set of Midnight Reapers? Okay, you got it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm just going to attack, right? Like, I see no reason not to. Actually, yeah. Let's tap this down. Sure. So they're going to... They lose nothing. They gain nothing. They stay at 6. I think we have lethal here. As when I say think, I mean I know we do. To the bottom we go. Doesn't matter. Gadwick will tap down something else, and then now we swing in for the entire team. Sweet! I will keep this hand. This has got double quench, early interaction. Hell yeah. So at least if we get paired against like red deck or something like that, we'll be kind of ready. If we see a turn 1 goose, we're kind of ready. I don't know, somebody turn 1 plays, I'm going to just shock for this. From the opponent's side of the board. Alright, go ahead and pass. Just going to counter that, because I know that leads only to shenanigans. And now let's see what they have. That's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and opt here, see if I can find a land, because that's what I desperately need. Gadwick is great for the late game, but we do need some amount of lands here. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. Then I'll go ahead and shock that. Maybe they pump it, whatever. You got it. Yep, you got it. Actually, we should do this properly. Oh, nope. Nuts. Did it wrong. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Oops, oops. I'll keep that. That's decent. So now if they pump the thing, I'll go ahead and try to kill it, right? That's the whole point here. Alright, cool. We got them to use their whole turn to play that. That's good news for us. I mean, this does allow me to draw a card. We do have Gadwick. I'll keep that. We are drawing cards right now. What does the opponent have in their hand that we're super duper afraid of? There's not actually a lot. Like, Nis is a problem, but we can deal with it eventually, right? So I may as well draw a full 3 right now. Because we can bounce it and then, you know, deal with it later. They could make these fight. That'll be a problem. I mean, they must have some amount of removal, right? I'm not going to block. Questing Beast, sure. It's fine. Let's do this on their upkeep. So on their upkeep, we're going to bounce. Right? Bouncing that means that we get to tap target non-land permanent. So we'll tap the Bronte. Send this back to their hand. Now here's to hoping that they don't have another land. If they don't have another land, we quench. They do. That's fine. It's unfortunate, but whatever. If they don't play anything... Oh, boy, oh, boy. Sweet. I think we actually win this. With Gadwick, we just keep tapping everything down, right? Like, that's great. Sure, you got it. Tap down Questing Beast, sure. Sure, tap down Questing Beast again. Make them play it again. That's fine. And so then we have exactly lethal on them next turn, depending on what they do. Nice, and we got there. So we ended up going 6-1 with the deck. It was a lot of fun. We actually were able to, like, it's weird. You do have to navigate the deck. It's not as simple as just countering whatever. I made some misplays where I countered stuff when I should have just let it resolve, bounced it back to their hand, make them cast it again so they spend their whole turn doing it again. But, you know, I feel like the deck rewards tight play, which is exactly what you expect. From a deck that Guillaume Wafotapa makes, just something that requires you to just to not misplay at all. And I think the deck is very powerful. It can definitely get there. You just have to watch out for cards like Chandra, the Awakened Inferno, Shifting Ceratops. Cards like that are a huge problem. But other than that, with where the meta is right now and Mystical Dispute, I think you can maybe go up to a third one, and maybe go up to a third Gadwick, just because, and maybe go down a Flame Sweep and go up a Shock or a Lava Coil or something. As more spot removal might be decent, and just a few Flame Sweeps just to clear the board against all the aggro decks. But Mystical Dispute does, if we're talking best of 3, I think I'd go up to 3 Mystical Disputes. Maybe in best of 1 we can actually just leave it at 1 or 2. Never mind. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to. Mystical Dispute is one of those things where if we see enough Okos, which I haven't seen in Gold, we did rank up this video to Gold 3 with all of our wins, so that is nice. But I wish we had more card advantage. I think that's something that we are slightly missing. Gadwick, though great, it is sorcery speed, so it does not play well with the hold up counter spells kind of thing. But luckily, if we ever tap out for Gadwick, know that you can always use Brazen Borrower. So moving forward with the deck, I'd probably try to add either a third Gadwick or maybe some Chemister's Insights and one Lava Coil or something like that, because I do love me my singletons. So thanks for watching another episode of Single Scoop, and as always, thanks for supporting the content that we make here at MTG Goldfish and hanging out and interacting in the chat. Thanks for being awesome. And if you want to support the content that we make here at MTG Goldfish, continue to just do what you do. Leave a like, leave a sub, hit the bell icon to be notified when a brand new video comes up. And as always, I really do appreciate all of you coming in and hanging out on my channel, on Twitch, or in the comment section. It's really nice. So thanks, everyone. And, I'll see you at the next video.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.